Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is episode 4 of Sustainability 101, and we're going to just be quickly doing a little Q&A. For those of you who have been watching the last few episodes, you had a couple questions for me, so I'm really excited to dive right into them. And any other questions that you guys have, I'm sure I'll do another Q&A eventually. So yeah, we're just going to dive right in. Thank you so much for following along on this journey with me. I think that this is definitely a topic that needs to be discussed way more on the internet, so I'm really happy to be contributing. We definitely got a few questions, and hopefully you guys will start your journey of sustainability and being more eco-friendly and eco-conscious after your questions have been answered. So before I get started, like I said, I do have some background in education, but if I don't know how to answer one of these questions properly, I'm just going to skip it because I really don't want to be giving any wrong information. And also some of these answers might be opinionated just because you guys are asking me, like for example what I've personally done or what I think. So just wanted to put that out there. If I don't know an answer to something, I'm not going to answer it because I don't want to give anyone false information. And if you need the answer, just definitely go online and look up some like research articles on it. Maybe just do something like that, because like I said, I do know quite a bit, but I don't know everything. That's just a little disclaimer here. Sorry if I don't get to your question, but it's probably just because I don't know what the answer is. So the first question that I have here is becoming more eco-friendly and sustainable expensive? And the short answer would be yes. I mean, I'm sure everyone does not want to hear that, but just long-term wise, like any appliances that you're buying that are more eco-friendly, they're definitely more long-lasting and high quality. For example, a really small one would be light bulbs. So if you're switching to a more eco-conscious light bulb, those ones usually cost a few dollars more, and it's because they're helping you save energy and they're just better for like the environment. I think they recycle down better. I don't really know that part of it, but anyway, there are different light bulbs you can buy, so definitely look into that. But then also, like if you own a house or something, getting like your washer and dryer, you can get some that are more sustainable and eco-friendly. So those would cost more, but they would last longer, they're better quality, and again, you're helping the environment. So things like that, it definitely would add up. But also think about this, like how many single-use items you buy. You could just buy one product and reuse it, and it lasts so much longer, better quality, and you're not like producing any waste. I would say like up front, yes, it's more expensive, but it's a more sustainable lifestyle. I feel like yes, it is expensive, but it's only as expensive as you make it. So if you don't own a house, like you're not buying those big appliances, then this might not be that expensive for you. You could just like, if you buy that water bottle, buy those straws, buy the cloths, like buy stuff like that, they're gonna last you a really long time, as opposed to when you buy single-use straws and napkins and stuff like that. I would say like yes, but also no. It just really depends on what you're buying, and everything will last longer that way. So I think it's definitely worth the expense. The next question that I got here is, what are some easy tips to ease your way in? So my biggest tips for anyone who literally has done absolutely nothing, like say they're starting from scratch, my biggest tip would be to use up all of the products in your house that are single use. So if you have plastic water bottles, napkins, paper towels, plastic straws, if you have them, stuff like that, use them up, because I mean, like throwing them away and not using them is worse than
using them and then throwing them away.
Definitely use them up, but then after that, just cut yourself off. This is not something that I think should be hard to go cold turkey on, because it's kind of nice. You finish it off, you throw them away, whatever, recycle them, and then you can just scroll on Amazon and get a new water bottle, a reusable one, get those reusable stainless steel straws, get the reusable bags. Like it's a really fun process buying the things to become more sustainable. And then once you have them, just never go back to the single-use items. Just use the reusable bag. Do not buy plastic bags at the grocery store anymore. Never buy water bottles. Use the new stainless steel one that you've just bought. Same with straws. Bring that like around in your purse or something, and that way when you're going out, you don't have to use their like plastic single-use straws. You can just pop yours in there. So that's probably my biggest tip. That's a really good starting point for anyone who has never like learned or started their eco-friendly journey. So those are my tips to like ease your way into the lifestyle. I think that's a really good idea. So someone asked me a question that is a little bit hard to answer, but basically they're just wondering, like, what do you throw away into the garbage? What do you compost and what do you recycle? So I'm gonna put a photo right here that I found. I think it's a really good representation. But basically, it does differ within different cities, but for garbage, for example, as you can see here, like pizza boxes, because there's probably some type of sauce, so you can't really like wash it. Any wrappers, like chip bags, styrofoam, it's hard to tell because some people think that styrofoam is recyclable, but it's not. To-go cups like from Tim Hortons or Starbucks, that type of thing is all thrown into the garbage. And then for compost, this is basically all your food. So say like a banana peel, an orange peel, even tea bags most of the time are compostable, so you can put those in there. And then for recycling, this one, like, it's super important that you do it properly, because if you, say for example, you have a ketchup bottle and you don't wash it out properly and then you just put it in the recycling with the rest of your stuff, the jars, the plastic, all of the things in there need to be as clean as you can get them, because otherwise they're going to be put into the landfill. So items that can be recycled are paper and cardboard, except for pizza boxes, apparently. I think it's just because there's stuff on that pizza box. So paper, cardboard, plastic bottles, aluminum cans, metal cans, stuff like that can be recycled. Just make sure that you clean them out first. That's very important. Make sure you do that. Like, this differs between cities. That's just like the general idea of it. So if you weren't sure, I'm pretty sure that your cities should be providing you with a little chart or like a magnet to put on your fridge so you can always see it. I think we have one, so if I do, I'll put a little clip in right here, but that definitely helps you know exactly what your city is looking for when it comes to garbage, compost, and recycling. Someone asked me kind of like a more fun question, and it's, if you had to choose one sustainable product in your life, what would it be? And honestly, it's probably just my water bottle, because I bring it everywhere with me. Like, it keeps
everything cold, everything warm.
It's just like convenient. I think that that's like a big one, especially because plastic water bottles are one of the worst things. So I would probably say my stainless steel water bottle. If I had to choose something else, it would probably be like my reusable bags or cloths, because any single-use items suck. That's probably what I would choose, my water bottle. Someone asked me what the first moment was when I realized I wanted to be more environmentally friendly, and I can't exactly remember like the day, obviously, but I do know that I'm pretty sure I started this whole journey in like my second year of university, or like the summer going into second year, because obviously when I was in high school I lived with my mom, so I followed her rules and like she bought all the groceries, all that stuff. And then in first year of university I was living in a dorm with one girl, so her and I like shared this entire space, and so I was basically buying out all the time. So if something was wrapped in plastic, I couldn't really decide that. But as soon as I moved into my first like apartment with roommates, I definitely had more of a say of what I wanted. And I'm sure it was something little, like I bought a water bottle out and I just realized how ridiculous it was when I had like a reusable one at home. So that was probably like the moment, like I probably bought something that was just so stupid and then realized I shouldn't do it again. It was definitely about like 3 years ago. And the final question that I received from someone is, what are you doing now personally to help with this lifestyle and to help the environment? So I do definitely think I'm doing a lot, but I know that I could definitely be doing more. It's just like everyone, let's think about it, like it's really hard. Ideally, I would love to be more minimalistic. That's something I'm working on. But right now, I think I don't use any single-use products. The last thing that I just recently cut out were like Lysol wipes, just because we already had them and like I would use them to clean our washroom and stuff. But now I am using whatever like cleaning supplies we have, just like spray bottles, and yeah, that's been working out really well. So yeah, no single-use items are in this home anymore. I guess like, yeah, I use cloths, I have stainless steel straws, water bottles. My pantry, I'm working really hard on getting it so that everything is stored in glass jars as opposed to like any plastic material, so that's something I'm doing. One thing that I am like kind of controversial about, I'm not really sure, but I have a car, so I do drive, but I made sure that my first car and all my cars until this point are going to be hybrid or electric. I currently have a Prius C, so it's a hybrid, definitely better on gas, better for the environment than like a normal car. Ideally, you wouldn't want to drive, but like I have to drive places. I have a job. I don't live in my hometown, so like if I want to go see my parents or whatever, I have to drive. It's just convenient. So I have a hybrid car. That's a little bit better. I also live in like a small apartment, and I don't know if this really makes a difference, but I feel like this might be like, it helps with energy instead of me living in like this big spacious apartment for no reason. vegan, that could be something. And lastly, I eat vegetarian once a week or so, like sometimes twice. It really depends on my mood. For a long time in high school and in like parts of university, I was fully vegetarian, but I just realized like with my health personally, I do need meat products, so I don't actually follow a full vegetarian diet, but once or twice a week I do follow it. So that's something else that I'm kind of doing. Like I said, I'm not perfect. Like I definitely have flaws, things I'm working on every day. And from the very beginning, like I said, this isn't necessarily a cheap lifestyle or way of living. So as I get older and as I like earn more money and don't have debt and all these things, I'm hoping that I can really implement more sustainable things into my life. But yeah, those were all the questions I had for now. I think I actually did read somewhere, someone asking me like, you had like a plastic reusable water bottle, if that was okay. I honestly think that's fine. I think they said they had like a huge, one of those like huge jug plastic water bottles. If it's hard plastic and you're reusing it constantly, like I really don't think that's a big deal. I don't know, that's kind of tricky, but honestly, in my opinion, I think that water bottles that are hard plastic, as long as you're reusing them, I don't really see a problem with it. Those are all the questions I got. If you guys want to ask any more, just leave them down below and we can do another Q&A very soon. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful and I hope I answered your question okay. That is it for episode 4. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!